Hello. Okay na. Hello. Mic check. Yes. Lugi na naman Onic ah. Ah, saan pinapanood ko? Wait lang.
Ying as well got baited out to use the ultimate. So
Okay na ba guys?
he can steal it back away later, but he's gonna have to wait for a bit. Youngo
Ay sa'yo, Jeremy.
up top. I don't know how that wave is building up. It looks even.
Where's Pathway
Meron na ba, guys?
down, Sans wing by
Meron
wings
na.
on out. Lord sitting at half health right now. Steeds are going to be used too, but it's just a fight for an objective space right now. Both
Wala
teams dancing back and
Ano
forth.
eh?
There's the
Buti
initiation
na
from
si
Luke.
Tiboy.
They're going to go for it here. They get the duality.
Lugi
Proc,
sila
Han
sa box
jumping on
ng
the
Lugi,
backside.
guys.
Trying to force out Kyrie, but Han's
Oh.
in trouble as
Skylar.
Luffy picks up the kill. But they're still going for it. Kibo
Skylar,
involved.
easy.
Skylar could be next. He's trying to get away, but
Patay.
Ying gets a double. The 2-for-1 trade.
No jungler for Yangon Galacticos. Onic IDs the last 3 members. Both will reset and will revisit the Lord later on. Sans decides to go
Si El de
for
la
the
Cruz.
Queen's Wings as his second item. Was wondering actually what he was going to build into, if he's going to force himself to build
Lugi
damage
sila sa baksan
just to
dito.
match the output, or he'll build for a little
May
bit more
Lugi.
sustain. The answer is that. Yangon now starts it off slowly with Stitch as Han will be able to
Gimana
come
nih
back.
Onic bro? Tao guys.
Blink's gonna go for the stun off
Uh-oh.
Loopy. Loopy in trouble, getting caught out,
Wala,
unfortunately. And with Loopy gone, numbers advantage right now for
Beda game time
YG.
mereka.
Still plenty of ultimates available. No glorious pathway though, so still Onic wants to go ahead and face off. Can
Kalra
they
di mana?
zone out
Di luar
enough?
guys, di rumah
Kyrie
dia.
trying to find the angle. Ying taking a couple shots by the
Up,
third airstrike, and Han will
referee.
secure the Lord. Fight's gonna break out. Defensive AOG.
Oh, T-Boy.
T-Boy trying to get away, but Ying again comes in clutch to pick up another kill.
And again, that's the advantage and the disadvantage of going Concussive Blast over Brave Smite. If you go for the Brave Smite, you would have a little bit more sustain
Sa'yo,
there.
Laran.
Because it was concussive,
Yes.
because it was kind of reliant on the early game, getting tempo. Yangon now have that sustain lead on everyone. With the revitalized Han, Stitch, they're good.
Sa'yo,
With
Lara
the Ying,
Jimenez.
They got Brave Smite, so they can constantly just heal back up.
The Young Guns, the Galacticos, they're
ano
taking
dito si
it to
Skylar?
the Sky Kings. Onic, I
Halo, Arga Farik.
realize exactly just why the Indonesian crew members I got to talk to were hesitant to celebrate that they were gonna go up against YG. They're so good. The patience, the front to back. They check the conditions before they go for the full engage. Lutpi quickly got punished. That's the level of team that YG is.
Han
Decent.
again,
Oh,
gonna start it up. T-Boy
Di
caught in the
namatay.
midst of it all, but he's gonna be fine. It does get brought to half health, but this is all with the Lord. They've got plenty of
Mali yung
ultimates to
parang
march
cable.
in with this. They want to go ahead and take down these shields.
Luging-lugi
They
sila guys,
wave,
ba't
they get the
ganon?
waves marching in together.
Halo
Charging from the
Elgisa.
Lord. Tier 2 falls,
Luffy.
doesn't engage. Luffy just trying to delay them a little bit further.
Sayang
And
combo,
AOG
sayang.
as well from Keyboy. Meanwhile, on the top, Han's going to push that top side. Lord finally goes down. They hold on to the base turret.
Icky.
Han Is he going to be able to get away? He cables on out. Kyrie trying to do everything to keep that base turret up. And Onic will hold on to the base.
Yeah, they're able to defend right now, but again, it is such a big win for Yangon Galacticos. Now they have all the tempo in the world. They have the positions on the jungle as well. They can actually explode this gold lead as long as they keep on freezing the lanes, try to suffocate Onic inside of their own base. Stitch!
Again, initiation, and now Kyrie in trouble! Lina picks up a kill, lines them all up, Ying jumps into the backside, and Yangon Galacticos will take everything they went for! Han looking to clean up a kill, Lutfi falls as well, Sans and Skylar. They just have to watch as everybody falls.
This could be an endable angle, 20 seconds on Kai!
Okay, Gisa, makasih.
Going for the win against Onic Indonesia. They
GG
said
na ba,
they
GG
were
na ba,
number
GG na ba?
one. And can they defeat
GG
their
ata.
opponents here? The base is going to be worked on.
GG
They
boy.
trust everything, and Yangon Galacticos will beat them in a best of one.
They declared themselves top 2 against Onic
GG.
Indonesia.
Nice try, Onic.
We are
Bawi,
doing
bawi.
the best. But today, on this day, Yangon Galacticos is better than Onic ID.
This is a declaration. They are not a dark horse at the M7 World Championship. Yangon Galacticos are contenders for the
GG, ah.
throne.
Capitalize all those letters.
Hindi nag-live sila
All
King Kong.
caps.
Wala, nag-ano sila guys. Rest day.
Contenders. What a performance
Walo
by
rin tong Yangon.
Yangon.
I knew there was something, man, when we saw them in the qualifying match, leading here to their M7 journey. And they showcased it here. Once again, you know, mad respect between both teams. But I gotta say, that confidence that they talked about, hey, they just put it in motion. You gotta give it up here to Blink. You know, there's so many great performances from Ying to Blink setups to Lina even being able to get those duality procs off when they counted. Just everything fell into place here for Yangon.
It was perfect. Again, YG did to Onic what Onic have been doing to every team in MPL ID throughout Season 16. It was them outsmarting Onic. It was them outclassing Onic in every single department.
I'm looking forward to hearing from the members of Yangon Galacticos.
Nice try,
You
Onic.
saw their
Yeah, nice try.
emotions when they got the winning moment.
Hirap sila sa
Could they believe
Yangon,
it?
guys.
Or did they expect it? Let's move on to the stage with Brigade and members of YG to hear from the Young Guns.
What an unexpected turn of events. Please give it up for Yangon Galacticos. Oh my goodness, I think a lot of us are still in shock, but now we have on stage Stitch and Blink together with us. Congratulations for that win against Onic Indonesia. Now, my first question is for Blink, okay? So Blink, we showed a video earlier, and you guys mentioned that for you, on top is Onic, and then you are next after Onic. Now, after winning against them, does this put you on top of Onic?
2-0.
It's just best of one, so like we can't say yet. So we gotta go to best of 3 to tell.
Okay, I see. But I'm liking the smile on your face.
Para
You seem
sambot ka mo
very
always.
happy after that win, okay? Now, moving on to Blink. Yesterday, a lot of people were shocked by your Hellcurt. Your Hellcurt gave it yesterday,
Ito si Blink,
okay?
eh.
So, I have a question for you. Why do you think is Yangon, compared to other teams, a lot more confident in bringing out these kinds of picks?
Similar ng language ng Chinese tsaka
very
Myanmar.
confident about the Hellcat pick
Members ko,
because,
Hellcat.
like, his signature.
Nanti, guys.
I see.
Lihat aja ya.
Okay. So now,
Sa
for
depan.
my last question, since you won this match again, do you have anything to say to the other 2-0 teams that you will potentially go up against tomorrow? That
Let's watch
includes
Aurora.
Liquid, SRG, Alter Ego. Do you have anything to say to these teams who you will potentially go up against?
။မနေ့ပြန်တွေ့ရမယ့်တင်းနေကြတော့ဘယ်လိုပြောအောင်လဲဆိုတော့သူတို့အနေနဲ့အကောင်းဆုံးစူးစမ်းလာခဲ့ပါကျွန်တော်
Yun lang sa pulang guys. Belum. Harus 3 kala guys.
We'll try our best to face you guys. So we are ready.
We are ready, and I hope they will be ready too. And later on, we will find out what the matchups are indeed going to be. But for now, congratulations once again to Yangon, and thank you so much for joining us on stage. I believe it's time that we head on over back to our casters to break down that game for us.
Ay may mga kano sa PH guys, mga PH casters.
Yangon, you guys,
Yangon.
I'm excited to see you
Sila,
for the rest of this tournament. They now
Paano
move
ito?
up to the 2-0
Sa left.
bracket.
They are a game
Si Ren
away.
Marata.
Sorry, a match away because it's going to be best of 3. So it could be two games away, 3
Yeah.
games away, depending on that, to
Let's
making
go.
it to
Santai guys.
the knockout
Mungkin
stage. They could be
mereka
the first one
ini.
to do it as well,
Kaya
depending on how the
warm up
draws are
kayaknya.
tomorrow.
Tapi kemarin juga
Later,
Yeah,
later.
mereka
later,
ini
yeah, for tomorrow. the
bisa
schedule.
menang.
I don't know, man. It makes me wonder, like, exactly how they would do in a best of 3. But I think after that
Yeah,
performance,
bagus banget
that
sekarang.
speaks for itself. You know, and that's
Itu dibunuh.
it was almost hard to choose the MVP of this game because like they all did amazing.
Yeah. Yangon, it's just everything what we
Yangon.
said a lot in terms of marrying
Galacticus.
theory and idea with execution.
Huh?
The reason why Ying was my personal MVP, and behind the scenes, yeah, this was all of our votes. We voted for the same man
Yeah.
here. I feel like this pick, how he built it, the items, the play style. This is not a Valentina just wanting to be a glass cannon. This is a Valentina as a pure EXP laner. With Brave Smite, Festival of Blood, basic common emblem just in case a little bit more of that hybrid regen. I love this approach by Ying.
It's phenomenal, man. And again, that's why in the wildcard as well, we did get to see a glimpse of how the Valentina can actually be a counter to the Sora, but it was always used as a mid laner. We were talking about the idea of it finally going back XP, and even in the wildcard, we saw how the mid laner struggles with the Valentina against a Sora. It's in the late game where you don't have the items that can actually elevate the Sora ultimate, the Sora abilities you take. Here, it's completely different, man. Ludpi, whatever he did, Ying did better.
Yeah.
It's him, but better. Every single time. Doing damage, stunning them up, utility, even sustaining, just so that the backline, Lina and Stitch, could hit.
Yeah,
We were
like,
talking
look at
about this all the way from the draft, and it was always, again, for Onic, very conditional front to back. For YG, it's a very simple composition for them to actually execute. It was either dive together or play front to back and bait out skills. And man, did they bait out skills here. Best example of that happening. Onic, all of their resources were burnt out to try to look for a pick, and it was just not happening. YG had to revitalize, they had proper disengage. They were just kiting back and forth up until they saw those abilities go on cooldown, then they decided to strike. And even here, where usually you would expect teams to just play it disciplined, YG struck while Onic weren't expecting it, dude.
I think when you watch these highlights too, what worked out so well, other than Ying, is, and it's so funny having the yin yang, you know, like from Lina, basically that duality proc. When they brought multiple members from Onic into the fight, and then you have duality procking, and then you have a glorious pathway too. Like think about how many tools you have to stop Onic from disengaging. It's almost like you have no choice but to fight us. And that seemed to be the case here. And you can, again, it was very difficult. And I feel like almost frustrating for Onic in the way that they wanted to approach those fights.
Yangon Galacticos, just a brilliant performance overall. Again, we mentioned their itemization. The decision for Han to go rush into the Malefic Roar, I appreciate as well. Usually you see that not all fannies decide to rush the Malefic Roar. Some would save it, like rush it if they're falling behind and they want to catch up. But he said, no, we're going to apply the pressure right away. We know Hockey Boy is like one of the main frontliners. We need to take down Ludpi as well. So why not you pick the main item to take down frontliners on your fanny right away? Who is pretty much unbothered. Yeah, he died once, but it was easy for Han to weave in and out without a problem.
Yeah, another big miss that we pointed out in the game itself for Onic is the fact that for Sans, he went for the Lightning Truncheon, he went for Burst. But usually you would pair that up with Ludpi or Keyboy rushing the Dominance Ice. Knowing that there's a Hylos on the other side and 2 Brave Smites to handle, plus a Fighter Emblem Claude, you need the anti-regen quick, but it just didn't come in quick enough. And that's why Turtle 2, YG were able to take
Get now,
control
here.
and just honker down. Turtle 3,
Yeah.
same thing happened because the Dominance Ice came in
Upset
late.
gitu.
That's why
Pag
in a lot of the games,
nakakala,
despite the
lawan
changes
yan.
to Glowing Wand, you still see a lot of teams prioritizing Glowing Wand on their mid laners because you get more resources than your roam, than your XP to go and build that up. So I think that's something that Onic will have to learn because YG played it perfect. Again, Lina could have gone for the same route. Instead, he went for the safer route with the Brave Smite already, and he just got so much value with all the sustain. And then again, Concussive Blast on Sora with this composition. Onic were really just banking on early game. If they got the early game lead, build it up to like a 7-8K, then they would have the game. But if it didn't, you clearly saw how uncomfortable Lutpi was compared to Ying, who are technically the same in this game, without a Brave Smite on the concussive.
It helps a lot also that it's not only the Sora kit that you have the Valentina kit that has 2 extra dashes, and which is why we saw
the peel.
the peel, the Terrify that you get with the Shadow Strike, Valentina over Sora. It's just really good. So let's say thank you to some friends.
Sora and Valentina. You versus the dude. He tells you not. She tells you not to worry
Oh,
about.
beda kayo.
Yeah,
This
Visa.
dude right here, by the way.
Yun ang
what?
pakita kong.
V?
This guy. That's the
Right
guy
there.
he tells you not to worry about.
That's V.
You know what? I think I've been a little bit too biased towards Sly, so you've got a mean face card as well, so it's your turn. All right, it's our turn to voice over for Mirko. Can we get a focus onto Mirko here?
I'll hold this one for you.
All right, you can start it off
gonna
nice.
blink.
What's the voice in Mirko's head sound like?
Oh, wala
You
naman
know
ako
when Mobile
sinabi.
Legends every big play starts the smart way, with the small moves that matter. No, I see, like he speaks 100 miles an hour.
Say it again. Say it again.
The early rotation, the upgrade path you map out, the skin you unlock that makes your
okay.
hero feel like yours. Those little choices set everything in motion. And then the moment's hit, you want nothing slowing you down.
What's up, boys and girls, and my goats?
And my
That's why
goats.
your unlocks, your upgrades, and why am I doing hand motions? You don't see this. And every step in between, stay fast and secure. Skirt, you don't do that. Keeping your game in rhythm and giving you smooth access
Ay, di ba?
to everything you need,
Di ba,
both
guys?
in-game and beyond. All brought to you by the official payment partner of the M7 World Championship,
Kaya
Visa.
wala.
W Visa,
W Visa. W Visa.
Ayun juga.
I was waiting for that. The double fighter potential composition from might be too early.
Both of you. So thank you so
What if being taken by Carl Teasy on the opposite side.
Knowing their hand here, Sora will most probably go to the EXP because I feel like, was it Guangzhou Gaming, the one that brought Sora in gold
With Owl?
and I think they won. Yeah, because I 100% know that Owl does play the Sora gold because I think he used it on the last day of wild cards. But either way, right now, yes, they're showing their hand to deal with it.
Hostage scenarios. When the advantage of going the Obsidia over the Rangers, also that extra bit of crowd control.
Oh,
And
1-0
considering
kanina.
that Team Falcons
No,
are very
para
ultimate
para
reliant, I feel like they're gonna struggle as well, trying to keep like Oheb or Carl Teasy in the fight, and instead of just getting in and out. So we'll see how they deal with that problem later on.
Yeah, I don't mind being proven wrong, but I really just want to see it first. Now, looking at the emblem setup here, hold on, before that, looks like Gold might be in trouble.
Just like that.
Ito lang,
just-
SM7. Lagi si, tinalo kang
Has
PLC.
walked up and took it. But he had flicker.
Yeah, no. As a roamer, it's faster for you to come back into the game if you just die at that point.
That's true. That's true.
Anything below 90 seconds, it's not worth it to use your battle spell. Just
Balo nga eh,
die.
si Carl eh.
If you're a mid, fine. But if you're a roamer, it's like, getting gold anyways. I only die for like, what, 2 seconds? It's not enough time for the roamer passive thing anyways.
Also true. Also true. But even so, that first blood, huge for Sanji to kind of get himself ahead in terms of like item progression.
Mahirap na
compared to
mag-green
Puffin.
generate sa
I think that's
Cloud
going to be a really big deal if he gets that Lightning Truncheon first. Well, he might go for a Genius one. Who knows? A gang attempt here in the mid lane. Yeah, I want to try and get Sanji under control. TL Sanji. Because again, the Farsa can roam so efficiently. And right now, at level 4, which team really has the advantage? Because in a continuous fight, I feel like TL might actually do okay.
Oh, Stanford already using the flicker, and I feel like with Akai, you're more favored around the turtle. Because I did. Oh, hold on, Sanji doing a lot of damage on
MPL sa ano pa? Sa March pa.
To Sanford so far.
That
The
is
revitalize
Sanford.
from JP saves his life. He's buying a little time, doesn't get his passive off. And now JP has to back away. Call TZ trying to look for a straight pull, yet survives. Magic Worship, okay, the shield comes just in time. And now, as they make sure, no lethal ignition to worry about. And the taunt, no! It's too late, Boyet takes it! Finds the first turtle and kills Daddy JP alongside it!
I was about to say, Falcons made a mistake. They should 100% just go for the turtle, but they still got it. So, hey, not punished.
Not punished. And Sanji's walking away with 2 old
Carl.
in his lane. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa! Matilda Airlines already coming through. Carl survives and Oheb making sure that Troll takes the punishment, forces the flicker. Here, Sanji in trouble now as we see that Muffin is able to find it on his own.
Yo,
That was
Falcons.
Falcons.
That was hot.
We thought there might prove to be a problem in the macro department, in the cheese department, but in pure execution, a Restream win, almost a 1v1 outplay, dude. Falcons are online.
They are online and they're going to keep on going. JP spots out the information, purple buff once again being taken by Boyet. On the opposite side though, Carl TZ doesn't seem like he's been able to find, or just a little bit short on that last hit.
Going on JP right now.
Okay, right?
Akai actually does do quite a lot of damage as a utility jungler, but yeah, looking at the items that's been built, having the Molten Essence on the Akai kind of does help out just a little bit when it comes to the early game here, because again, their draft really does not have a lot of damage, but if Cuffin continues to play the way that he's been playing, it looks like there won't be that big of a problem.
Mereka next game lagi guys, harus 3 kali baru pulang.
I think their mid trio is walking around really well for the side of Team Falcons. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not Team Falcons is eventually going... Where's the conversion, right? Who are they going to eventually give the golden EXP to? Are they looking towards that Granger side, or might as well double down on Sanji since he already has 2, right?
I think in theory it should still be the Granger, and so far they haven't been doing that. Even the gold buff earlier was taken by Boyet. So the gold buff advantage that the Granger usually enjoys, Sano isn't really benefiting from, but he does have the Sky Piercer and a fight might come through here.
They're looking for an opportunity, but Sanford is making sure that he does not get caught. Unsure who got that one, but it looks like Team Liquid, they are thinking of contesting for this one, but you got to be careful. Cuffin does have the boss on its side.
Oh man, the heavy spin is also a big worry. Sanji still fighting against Sanford, and Kaltizi actually joins in and shows himself with Matilda on top of him. So around, oh wait, they actually double down on towards Sanford's side. They know it's like fighting him through the mud. Kaltizi wins out on the turtle take as Sanford has done his job. Flickers away. Oh no! Gets pulled halfway across the world, and now the heavy spin comes on through to try and keep them underneath the turret. Sanford cancels it out, but it's too late. He's got backup from Sanji. Feathered airstrike stolen by Cuffin to turn things around, and now Troll and Boyet on the run as Cuffin must clean this fight up from JP and Sanji. Troll still playing in a hell of a game, making sure. AOG didn't know that the interaction worked like that, but either way, they still survive.
Team Liquid won a lot for that one, because put this into perspective. Carl TZ got the turtle, went all the way down bot, killed Sado, kill goes over to Oheb, and then takes the jungle, both the green one as well as the buff. Team Liquid just like, I mean, like, if you want to fight, sure. Carl's just farming up.
Besok na mabukas guys.
And I think the best part about why Team Liquid is one hold on Feather Dash already coming out to deter him, making sure that Daddy JP is going to be able to get out scot-free. Doesn't have his AOG back up yet.
Yeah, and again, the scaling. I just want to see if they have enough damage, because at this point, Carl will eventually become a problem because he's farming up much faster compared to Boyet. And after this, Boyet has to be less stingy about his ult.
Again, huge damage onto him, and Boyet able to take him out with the help of a couple of ticks of the heavy spin and Troll. He doesn't mind going down, but he's already got the Flask of Oasis. If he can survive, that'd be great, but Kaltizi puts the banhammer on him. Nothing gets past him.
But there's some moves here from Team Falcons to try and throw a curveball, to try and get something. Overall, Team Liquid, even if they don't really have the kill advantage right now, because of how efficiently they're rotating around the map and leaving fights, they don't mind seemingly losing the fight a little bit if it means they get greater benefits afterwards through farms, through rotations. And you can see the advantage 2K.
Yeah, right now for Team Falcons, they can do something here if they can get a cash. The question is who they're going to cash, because Troll so far has been very proactive and Carl just keep taking all this farm. Team Liquid, they're pretty okay with the movements going up against Team Falcons here.
Yep, I think they figured out that Team Liquid has figured out what Falcons, how they want to rotate, and they're doing it consistently, which is great, because now that Team Liquid has adjusted and Feather Airstrike already out to put Sano out of the fight, he's not going to be coming back in here. Oh! Loses 50% of his HP to the Blast Oasis, does trigger, and now Sanford is holding on to 3 members as Oheb is blasted down Sano, and now as Wait JP getting involved, heavy spin comes on through, doesn't get the cancel in time! Somebody needs to help him, but JP and Sanford hold strong. AOD comes through from Daddy JP, but it's not enough as even a fracture doesn't secure the kill.
Big back and forth right there. TL with the overwhelming win, but JP, that was a very deep AOG after the fight. Oh, DZ!
Oh my god, what do you even do against that? And now Sanji in the Thunder form doesn't even get enough hits to actually get his ult off. Sanji walks away for free.
And yeah, Sanji just played fair by staying inside of the terrain.
Maybe like up over the terrain.
Yeah, it's like can you hit a wall? No, you can't. Oh well, I'm good. Too bad. But yeah, I gotta say, I don't know how Sanford was able to actually get out of that one, because I saw the final moments. I don't know how he managed to get a mark on whoever was outside of the fight and able to
depende sa gumagano, tsaka depende sa tank din siguro. Nasa duo mid din eh.
Usually doesn't care, but also just shows that Carl's just dominating this. Whoa.
Sanji now in trouble. Lord Boyette, he misses the body slam. Oh no. Things are backing up. Control in trouble. They only sacrifice him to minimize the damage. Even Sanji wasn't able to find that big engagement. At least for Team Liquid, Sanji Farsa managing to flicker out just in time before things got dangerous.
That was infuriating. You got the catch, and then Sanji just avoided it in a way that you did not expect, and then flies away.
It's an ankle break. Just plain and simple. They thought he was going to go the different way, and he just, in the split second, decides, you know what? They wouldn't see this one coming, and gets out of the way. Now with the Blood Wings, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Team Falcons to catch him as well. And look at the structural advantage, man. TL have so many ways to rotate.
Oh, AOG finally coming in between the mid 2 and 3. They go even further as Troll's trying to sustain, making sure that Boyette lives. Fortunately, with Sano in the back, he is just cutting the front line forward and forward and forward as JP walks back in.
Stanford!
And they manage to take out Matilda. Oheb comes through with a blazing duet 2. And that's just going to be enough to set them back to square one.
Again, where's the damage? That's all I'm asking. If they do not have the damage profile to deal with Sanford. The only time Sanford dies is when he's 1v5.
Well, they've been trying to skirt around that by jumping on Sanji, jumping on Oheb, and making sure that they have all the time in the world to deal with Sanford. But the thing is, now Sanji is just surviving again and again. Team Falcons has shown their hands so early on. The Matilda Akai combo, the TL is seeing it coming from a mile away, but look at this!
Oh my god, they found another one, a heavy spin right on.
Grabe yung life steal.
He is just taking it all, blazing duet through it all! Let's the Filipino sniper live through death itself! Unstoppable as an engagement comes in from Sanji.
Pagalingan naman tayo. Pero nasa team mag-in to. Chemistry. Hirap patay ng crowd ngayon eh.
They need to find another time to fight.
I'm sorry for kicking it.
That's
all the proof I need that they do not have enough damage. You caught the Claude. He just ults and literally stands there doing nothing.
He healed up.
Yeah, that's how strong the revamped Fighter Emblem is.
Fighter Emblem yung guys, sa ulti niya, yung lifesteal.
Hybrid lifesteal.
Para di mamatay-matay.
Claude just loves that. You know, the buff towards Demon Hunter Sword as well. A lot of heal.
Way too much healing. So ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And now they're going for even more. Oheb is playing on a tightrope. Same goes for Carl TZ. Both of them. Oh my goodness. He knew it was going to come. And he baits it out of Boyette. Oheb, he's going to try one more time. He's trying to get a reaction out of them. Every single time he PMIs out of there. This tightrope act.
Open ang lifesteal lang ko ngayon eh. Sa Fighter Emblem.
You see that. And now if you're Team Falcons, every single time you see an opportunity,
they're going to hold
for a bit of a siege here.
Yeah, right now, Team Liquid. They're going to hold on.
They're jumping combo. Bako bisa kala Onic. Ya, tahu. Emang yang ikut juga kayaknya.
Liquid took a risk and it did not work out in their favor. Team Falcons bought themselves an extra 4 minutes.
The way that Sanford is playing is basically like, I know I'm not going to get MVP, so I'm just going to buy time and you guys get something.
I wonder if that was intentional, because he drew everyone. They saw the AOG along with the with Sanford walking into the base, and on the bottom side, that's just called easy, getting that far side base tower for free. That could have been intentional.
It's a micro adjustment from Boyette specifically, right? Because if Boyette joined that top side, they would have lost their mid inhibitor almost straight away. So again, it's all about that push and pull, and I think that Liquid is just more aware, but Team Falcons, they're slowly getting it. They're like, okay, these are the signals that they're looking for as well.
Yeah,
Kenapa tidak main NPL? Apa? Tidak main. Belum ada ya NPL, guys.
At this point, it's not even surprising.
It's not. it's
telegraphed
not.
So hard. At this point, Sanji's emailing into them.
Man, dude. Even like force the flicker from Team Falcons themselves. Look at Cartesi positioned to go for an assassination.
They actually make it work. I mean, Sanford is going to start baiting, and now the AOG into the back to catch Sano initially. Cartesi's at least able to find one, but Sanji on the opposite end, outmaneuvered by Cartesi. Oheb now just slowly gunning away at Boyette. He can go forward and blazing duet as well. Flickers forward, locks himself in the corner, gets back up because Sano didn't react in time.
Ketemu yan tadi si Buat. Oh, ketemu natin, guys.
Even if it did not enough damage, I really do not like this Granger against this kind of lineup coming in from Team Liquid. Now 10k ahead, and Sanji's just showing Cuffin. You know, like, oh, you curled me, that was cute, now I'm gonna do it to you.
Once again,
Sindiran dia. Enggak, guys. Wala
time. Precious seconds as another wave is about to crash. They want to deal with the top side, and they don't mind the wave pushing in from bottom.
Well, right now, the meta S-Strike trying to zone them away. Carl's gonna be careful. And Sanji, I guess the late game is probably the weakest point for Sora, because you don't have enough damage to execute like 1v1, and you don't have enough sustain to actually get everyone. Oh, hold on, Boyette misses it.
I mean, tries with a heavy spin to kind of buy some time, disrupt the upcoming waves. They know that the Lord is coming, and they know for a fact that the top 2 tier 3 is going to fall. JP with the AOG already down. They're still waiting. Boyette, he does not have his ult just yet. Cuffin with the Stolen Feather airstrike will try and buy some time. Sanji himself responds with his own artillery. The waves are being managed very well as Team Falcons
Sunday
no inhibitors, and now Sanford gets into the middle of the fight. Engagement coming in from the side of Sanji, only finds 2. It's not enough as JP takes him out, and now the rest of the Falcons are forced underneath as we see Team Liquid close out the game. GG, well played. Luckily is maintaining his lead against Zexora, but that top side, K, they're not stopping. They're sacrificing turns just to get him ahead.
Yeah.
He's not in the right position.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
FYG. Is it possibly? This is still a great pick, first pick, because like it's both a team fight pick, but also them in the early game fight. This is exactly what they want.
Yeah, that's the kind of brotherly love that I like to see. Vel made it so that Aether could not get a turtle, and then Aether killed him.
The way, that's the way. But
interesting brand of brotherly love.
Yeah.
Oh, just you wait.
I love Naruto.
This is gonna get worse as this game progresses. I want to see whether it's gonna come to a point where Aether is like, nah. Little bro's gotta sit down. Little bro's gotta sit down at some point.
Well, I kind of feel like Lil Bro is having the same idea, because I'm pretty sure it's his job to deal with both Aether as well as Sayla, and then hoping everyone else to be able to deal with them, right? Because the biggest problem is going to be Aether. As long as he's out of the fight, sure, the rest deals damage, but not as much.
Oh, the engagement is perfect. Unfortunately, Sayla doesn't make it there in time to save him. Fortunately now, with the Netherrealm gone, it's just going to be another head falling over to DFYG.
Can I say that I love Faramis, one of my best heroes, but I don't know. I'm hoping Sayla can make it work, so I have an idea of how to play him right now, but I gotta say, I've not been having any luck with this pick.
I mean, especially in this game, Rafael, they're just very all-in. If you look at Evil's composition, they can go for a fight, and then they're stuck in there. They can't really get out of it, right? And DFYG are the ones with the mobility advantage. I'm curious about who is actually going to go for the healing reduction first, because DFYG have a lot of healing baked in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Lung has none of that, as he's already been lost 50% of his HP, able to at least stay alive, didn't give too much gold over as the next turtle is already here.
Yeah, right now looks like definitely Yaguai is going to be the one pulling on their side. Aether only have a few more seconds now on that turtle boat. Vel is just waiting for him to show his face to go in.
Hey, Gear is just beating him up, and now the engagement from Sayla is good! They find Zed, take out the trigger finger as the Netherrealm already pops to save lives here. Paramedics on the scene, Super Ken bails out. Lung, he's thinking about this, but how does he help out Vel? Does control the spiral, it's not good enough because that has put him in an all-compromised position as Gear has set it all up, getting another flicker. 3 battle spells from the side of Yanfen Yao Guai, and Gear just continues to provide. Saved! Saved at the last second! Pulled in by the Tsunami Slam! Oh my god!
That was the sickest roam play I've seen in a while.
How did he predict that? He knew he was gonna flicker, right? He preemptively threw himself.
Just tapping away, man. Vel now, 1v3 under turret.
And now, Vel should, oh wait, hold on, he didn't take his flowing blood, and now stuck in the middle of 3 as he is getting pounded on. Gone are the days of Alice. Freya here to play.
I mean, Vel hold out against Street, so that's still very, very good here. Definitely Yaguai as well as Evil. Looks like they are trading places in terms of dominant control.
Now the Tsunami Slam
Hey,
here.
yeah.
Buy as much time as possible with 0 reinforcements on his side of the map.
Halo Aldebaran.
Taking the lead this time against Evil.
If you want to be careful sacrificing Gear that often, because in the early fights, you saw that.
It's day 2 Swiss, and you
You
gotta consider.
It 100% happened yesterday.
Sorry,
A mighty swing hits 2. A little too hard.
Looking at it.
Their last one is gonna be the carries.
Ano dito?
Get through a bit, but
Drop.
all they can
430.
do. Lord secured by TNZ, but at least a tier 2 falls here, or almost.
SRG, Onic,
Amzik.
TLPH.
To make it right.
Aurora, PH.
They cancel it. Amzik,
Yeah,
how do you
one.
escape from this? Pagu is
Ay,
taking a long way to
Aurora
cut him
talaga lang
down.
palwara dito.
Flicker available, SOD as well, but Pagu is not going to give him the chance to do
Ay.
so. TNZ walking up. The
sipa.
way the Dragon will lock TNZ down as Amzik goes over to Spear Minister, but attack charge
Pasok
will
ng
be able to
damage.
peel for him. And now,
Bahit.
Amzik with the jump in over onto Amzik, and he falls. Balance, on the other hand, chased down by
si-
Lunar. He tried to peel,
Ad Shri.
to open up an angle for Amzik. Now they're like, all right, TNZ,
Ay,
you
galing
got
niya
this, you
ulti.
got the cables.
Sociobuzz
It's him on
50
a killing
from
spree.
someone.
That's just the highlight of Aurora Gaming. From the Lord to that pick,
Thank you,
and
someone.
this is gonna be it.
Base push in. Lord's still up. Can they defend it?
Black Dragon form again. Siggy Boom still doing so much damage. Oh my god, in the skies, yeah, 3! Almost taking out Rosa with a flip.
CG Sports ya.
Like the pack opening.
Yes.
Wards Arena to win.
SRG.
See, one thing your heart tells you is, waste of breath. Like, you guys wanna go Esme? I don't think you
Blood to Team Spirit.
Stormy just a little.
Hope it comes up again.
Yeah, hopefully. But looking at this once again, you know, I think the game plan for Team Spirit is exactly what they had to have happen. I know you guys, maybe not fans of the Uranus, but I think the pieces to this puzzle for defeating SRG and getting starting of that revenge is there.
Ayun.
Stormy already burned the flicker.
Yeah. That was a very interesting choice by Stormy to walk up there, but I gotta say, who gonna stop Skies, man?
Yep.
Like, who's gonna stop him from just walking up against that backline?
It's gonna be like a very demanding game for one shot. Hey, one shot, make your
Hey.
Mountain Chakra perfect every single time.
Yeah.
Kenapa?
Well, you could either do that, or maybe we're gonna see something from Sawa too. Like, we've seen some pretty crazy Raging Sandstorms, you know. But yes, trying to catch a joy with the
Hello,
Raging Sandstorm is
parents.
gonna be very difficult. But again, if you can go ahead and get things started early on, I think this is where Team Spirit's lineup can shine, and then you kind of lean towards Hiko later on if he scales up. But I guess the biggest
Onic langsung pulang
difficulty
kak.
for them
Belum
really is
guys.
dealing with how fast and
Baru-
mobile this lineup from SRG can be when it comes to the
Ini
objective takes as
kalah
well.
mereka.
We take a look at the
Harus
emblems here.
3 kalah kayaknya.
Again, you know, building into this, you've got Yums, and I think you can almost count on Yums to have a easier time on his setup.
Adi,
Whoa,
gak ada pick up.
Flicker for Stormy, and he still decides to go in. One shot.
Kawan,
Not
Ken
necessarily a
lagi
one
nang
shot
guys.
there, but it's first blood to Team Spirit.
Stormy just a little too
Kalau
aggressive
udah
after
selesai MP lagi
flicker
kayak.
Back to back.
I mean, like, what's... You know, I'm surprised he was even in that position.
Generally, you want to be a little bit more patient. Wait.
Gonna go all in a one shot. Mountain shot coming down, and
Hey,
again, no one there to stop
saan.
Skies. Oh, they
Meron
burst.
din.
Gonna go all in.
He was even in that position.
Generally, you want to be a little bit
Yes.
more patient. Wait.
Gonna go all in a one shot. Mountain shot coming down, and again, no one there to.
Generally, you want to be a little.
What's... You know, I'm surprised he was even in that position.
Generally, you want to be a little bit more patient. Wait.
Gonna go all in a one-shot. Manashar coming down, and again, no one there to stop Skies. Oh, they burst through him. I can't.
Waiting for that level. This time around, though, you'll have like those level 4s available. Yum's nearly there. Instant gets his Stormy as well. So, you know, in a way, you're just playing around the potential.
Valentina.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Udah drop.
Scared to do it. It's okay. Maybe one of these days. So, CFU take out the Grok and the Fanny. They see again. Aurora, for some reason, a lot of people don't think of them as an early game team. They are really a fantastic early game team. That's why they dominated FPLPH in the regular season.
Yep.
That's what they're good at.
And it's a quad first pick. Okay. You're talking about Domain comfort. I guess it's a comfort. And again, we've been expecting this. I think after watching GOTF especially, a lot of top tier teams would just prioritize Claude. Earlier as well, 2 times we've seen the Claude prioritize Naisu, and 2 times we've seen the forced matchup in the carry versus Claude. I really don't think the carry is a full counter anymore. Like back in the day, yes, but with the fighter emblem, you can't try to just all in him and kill him. Claude is so sustainable now. Oh, Sora and Val.
Si Bas Prianto, selamat malam juga.
One of these will give us a win. Basically.
If it's either 0, oh man, imagine if both lose and it's just because it's an all-in Sora.
Wait.
Hilda.
I know it's a comfort.
Kaliya.
Like, why?
Why Claude first?
First pick Claude.
A Valen Valen Sora.
Yeah, probably expecting like one or the other.
Yeah,
Kasi
they're like, wait,
guys.
Not both.
yeah, they ban out the Eve. That means you're going to be picking Farsa in the first 2, right?
Spices
They
agad.
mastered the basics. CFU are not going basic.
Yeah, they're going for the cheese. They're going for the unique
Diksi
strategies.
bang, ora pa
That's
eh.
gotcha at YSS. All right, get your early to late settled. How then are you going to empower it? What are you going to give Edward? I think is my most important question now. Later down in the draft.
I'm also wondering, on that point that Mirko asked, then what is the best thing right now against Claude, like currently? Since the carry has kind of fallen off a little bit there in terms of that matchup, then what would be the better option in the gold lane?
I don't play gold lane, so.
Dude, there's no good matchup. Like, he's the best weak side gold laner right now. Because, like, the best case scenario for Claude, you get a solo kill, right?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario against Claude, he just doesn't die, and he just farms, and he
He
double
did
lanes
that,
because of
guys.
the treatment. And that's why it's so annoying to deal with Claude. That's why I think it's going to rise up as we get into later stages of Swiss stage to being first pick cryo.
I mean, like the main Claude performance of the day is, of course, there was
Innocent,
Oheb and then
Oheb.
Innocent as well.
It's all Claude's, dude.
Yeah, it's all Claude.
Earlier as well, it was
Yeah.
Stitch on Claude.
Hey, dude, he already had his moment in M4. Like,
Apa
didn't he
tiba?
have? Oh,
Tebak
wait. It
artinya.
was M6 that he had the statue, right? Was it M6 statue?
Kak, kalau udah nikah sama
Oh,
dia
yeah,
tinggal
yeah,
di Indo.
yeah,
Iya, tinggal di
So
Indo. Guys.
it's,
Gua
he's just
tinggal
a
di Indo.
year late.
He's just a year late.
Oh, sorry, you're early.
All right, so this year it's Granger.
Yeah.
Right?
So
But what
next-
if next year that means Granger's going to be the hero?
Or maybe it was just reversed because Granger got a few crazy moments in M6.
M6,
That's,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Right?
Ah, sorry.
All right. Well,
Time confuses.
Ah.
time is
Yeah.
a river.
Exactly. Thinking of time, it's crazy that in
Nanti yang manalo Aurora.
back a lot more.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Berarti keluar Onic, Kak.
I'm happy about it. Like,
Iya,
Leomore's
kalau
always
udah ini.
been- Leomore's always been one of those like cool heroes.
Kalau udah juara
who's
MSC,
never,
ya.
like, fit in
Baru
any of,
pensi.
like, main
Terus
metas
ke
in the
Indo.
recent patch, but
Yeah,
now
I'll
that-
Bikin
Outcast, cool
bisnis
guy.
gitu.
yeah. And I
Right.
mean, like, look at that armor, man.
Yep. He's got. Hey, after the revamp or before revamp though?
After.
Okay, I agree.
Actually, this, I was looking at it earlier, this version of Leomore, the portrait. looks a
Like
lot
mode
like-
naman.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
I
he
think
picked it
that's
up.
what-
He's like, yo,
yeah,
let me pick
exactly.
myself up.
Okay.
And he's like, never mind. No, let's let Yazuke do that. CC though, I really like the CC pick. Sorry, CC bad here because we have seen that when you're up against a Sora, if it's not the Valentina, it's actually the
Indo
CC
berarti
that does well in
punya
lane. Proved it to
nomor
us
juara Indo
against
dong.
Aurora Gaming.
Si Dangki
And now we see it banned out by CFU, but Aurora
juara
still
dunia
take
juga,
the same
guys.
route to ban out the carry because yes, it's not the best matchup, but if you are planning to go for a tanky lineup, you still want to
Bisa
get
nanti
down.
masuk Onic PAI ya, guys.
What if Edward
Gua
just
masih
plays
di Onic.
Benedetta
Gua mau
or
dapat
Superman?
ini
I
dong.
was thinking
Kayak
that too,
misi
because
jadi
one of the tendencies of Aurora, if you're
banyak
going
duit
into this
gua.
phase where they show their main carries already, that means they could be preparing
Ano
something
jadi main
unique
screen?
for Edward in
Wait
the
lang.
EXP lane. And historically, that has been the Benedetta. We might see it if it can round out the draft, but I'm really leaning towards surprise here. This is their tendency.
Yeah.
Mau sama Albert dia belum ini, guys. Replay gua.
Narrowing down that roaming option here for CFU. I don't know, man. There's still a lot. I feel like
Ada
that
ada
CFU
pengen
can go
masuk
ahead and
tim
build this even
lagi
goal
bang.
lane. I'm
Siapa?
just wondering what they're gonna
again on Boxy.
Cho on the box. Yeah, Cho for Boxy.
Yeah. I mean, that is his pick.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Onic kurang agresif nggak sih bosku? Menurut gua mereka main beda kayaknya di
And if you
M7.
can chain it with someone else, again, at least
Oh,
you'll help set up one another.
tahu ya. Menurut gua aja.
What's it gonna be here? We have gold and Rome for CFU left to take. Like Leo's banned out already, Hilda as well.
It's just a Maz comp. I don't know. Like,
For the gold lane,
yeah.
it seems okay, but it's not the best.
Kalau
choice.
lu udah balik Indo terus direkrut, mau nggak?
Go for Ranger. The
Hmm,
old approach of dealing
nggak
with-
tahu sih.
Well, the
Kita
Claude was
lihat aja
actually
nanti.
already kind of like a winning matchup
Kalau
against the
gua
Ranger.
masih mau
Now
main,
with the Claude rising because of the fighter emblem, Ranger
pindah itu
falling down.
main MPL bang.
Not too sure
Nggak tahu
about
guys.
this pick anymore. You also need your team, the rest
Belum
of you,
tahu.
the rest of the team to enable the Granger for the Granger to work in the current meta. So again,
Pulang
very
nggak?
different
Enggak,
playstyle
enggak.
on the Granger. Hopefully Sing plays it
nggak tahu
well
sih.
because he has been
Nggak tahu yang ini,
dipping.
Yeah.
yang
I need
konsepnya di
speed
sini.
on the side of Aurora. I need something that
Karena
goes
di
fast,
M6 kalau
keep the
3
right
kala
tempo
pulang.
setting. Because you're playing with Claude and YSS already. You showed that early on.
Wow.
So yeah, it is going to be a lot for Lunox. Yeah, it's not.
Lapulunox. They're gonna lock that in. Okay, they're locking it up.
And I think this goes
Tim lo kagak
along
masang
the
sih, nggak
lines of
masuk.
what you pointed out with the
Kena
last
bantai
Lunox
sama
game. You
TNC.
got to see Naisu where it's just
Yeah.
like he's just constantly going to get forced to use the brilliance.
Yeah, that was in the hands of Rosa, right? And a lot of times,
Kasi hindi
I
naman
almost
lancar
want
banget
to say
sekarang.
like maybe that was the plan. Like
Kan
I'm just
pacar
gonna soak up
gua
what I can, use my
di Indo,
brilliance,
guys.
and then from there see what I can pop off with. But it's one of those things that you see teams kind of opt for the Lunox, but okay, that's interesting too. The CFU goes with the Badang.
Hintay kita bounce back ya.
Both the things we spoke of did not. I mean, it didn't come through anymore. No longer 100% contention rate for Yuzong. Sora, maybe.
Shout sa'yo,
Maybe not.
Deyo Lampa.
0-3 after,
Yeah,
earlier.
0-3, I think.
Yeah, with the Valentina. Oh, it's going to be
Parang bros ko, kapan Onic main
We
lagi?
need to look at this matchup to matchup. First, how well
Onic
Edward's
pa yata o
gonna be
Onic
doing
Indo?
in the EXP lane up against that Sora.
Pero Onic Indo besok.
Wadu.
Yeah, I agree with the lineup rating. I think
Onic
CFU
Indo kalau bang iya.
very good draft here.
Nice try ya, nice try.
The login immediately. Of course, a surprise pick on the Leomord, one of the little dark horse of all the picks that we have
Panik
here
kanya
in M7.
tahun ini guys.
The final match of Swiss Stage Day 2. We're both leaning a little bit towards CFU. Naisu, who are you leaning towards?
I'm still going for Aurora, man. Those my boys.
All right. Let's see if Naisu's boys are going to be doing good here. And make sure the Aurora
Pag-ugurarap
organization
niya.
ends it with a 2-0 day, or we'll see
Sino lang sa drop?
be the ones
Wait lang.
going up and finally getting a win in the column.
Aurora.
Thank you for announcing that. Let's go.
Feel ko.
Here we go. Land
Wala
of
sila
Dawn
pang pigil
for
sa
the
club
final
mamaya eh.
game of the day. This will also mark one of the final.
Iya, nostalgia dong.
Yeah, one of the final best of ones. We will see a few more best of ones tomorrow because there's still 1-1.
But now we start having some best of threes.
Yeah,
sir.
it's no longer a full BO one day.
Yeah. I was gonna say because you always see that. When we open up the stream, people are always
Napakusok ang Leomord. Ipapatay na si Open Clear.
really. Ooh. All right.
Playing with
Still
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it decided to go Impure Rage instead of Brave Smite here. So we know
Early verse,
I thought
seru ya kanya. Iya, seru.
everything else pretty normal. Nothing too crazy in the emblem department here. I guess something that we can talk about is the fact that Boxy went for concussive.
Mamatay ito.
Little fight here. Whoa.
Ay.
Whoa. Even with the
Flicker.
flicker, he still
Freeze
gets
ka muna
taken
sa
out.
minions.
Hey, Yue doing it a little bit different this time on the Lunox.
Really good stuff there early on. The Lunox isn't really fast, but it can be fast depending on how you play against it, right?
Yeah.
And see if you decided to go fast against a Lunox early game. Level 1, that's already a sustained advantage. That's why I wanted to talk about the Impure Rage choice. That means you shouldn't really be taking these trades. Usually you do that with Brave Smite, and they
Bisa
pay
hindi
the
siya,
price
hindi
for it.
siya
Again, it's
mapakibasa
also usually
Indo sekarang guys.
Brave Smite Padang, it's a concussive with for clear, so sustain-wise, they're definitely going to
Kasi
lose
better
out.
bit
Lightning
yan.
can use Revitalize there.
Lihat yang bawa guys, squad
Really
menang
should just
lawan
be looking
Ranger.
at, should we clear the minion wave and then we'll go out, we'll rotate, and then let's wait it out in the mid. Don't take a lot of duels towards the center of the map. So with CFU, still they got detected to level 4, Demon Kite at level 4 as well. Good control in the center, trying to recover just a little bit. See if that's the right way. Bring that down, and then now get into position.
Ini si Opi.
They have that prio with the concussive blast now. It should be free.
Gonna fight for this turtle here. First one of the game. They're gonna initiate. They get the Revitalize out from Light. Edward's gonna jump in. Wadu gets the turtle.
Wadu.
Defensive flicker too.
Mati.
But now Detective
Detective.
could be in trouble. Crashing on down. Yue gets another kill. Second for him. They trade the turtle, but they build up the lead here for Aurora Gaming Philippines.
That's why I was looking at Edward and his battle that he's putting against Wadu. Great catch there by Edward and to commit the play to make sure they get the kill.
Oh, he's just going to jump out.
He knew
He
he
was
was
going to
there.
get that level 4, so he could press it a little bit further.
Oh
Look at all
my
this
God.
extra gold
So much.
going over to Aurora.
And this is why we highlight Aurora Gaming Philippines so much when it comes to just the template gameplay and how good they are at fundamental MLBB. When they have a lead, their conversion on objectives, their conversion on extra leads that they can get on the map is so instant. You saw a few mistakes there from CFU. One, not zoning Edward. Second, fighting Light for too long. And you saw instant punishments for Aurora. Look at the gold in mid. It's a 2,000
Wah, kalau
gold lead with
suruh
201
balik ke
gold to
area
CFU.
lagi.
Exactly what we were talking about earlier, just how good they are.
I mean, who does that as a roamer? It's like, I'm going to go all the way to the back and then, hey, my RSG brother's right there.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
But that's why I think it even more highlights the fact of just how locked in and good TL is right now.
Dude,
Like,
yes.
they're in form, you know. And I think again we're going to continue to see that as we get through the M7 tournaments.
Susah banget ini Granger lawan
But
Cloud.
even looking at this, like you guys mentioned, with this bit of a lead and all across the board, CFU Gaming is going to want to be able to pull off
Apa
something
kabar?
I feel
Baik.
like for this
Apa
next
kabar
turtle.
semua ada aja?
And not only secure it, but then
Halo,
potentially
Lutz.
even get some kills on the
Lutfi.
board to start scaling up here.
Yeah, Counter-Strike already built up there. That is quite a big gap, honestly. 385 for, again, the first few minutes, and it's through the gold that they got through the turret shield. Oh, B goes for the AOG steal here.
Kind of already up to Corrosion. Edward with the War Axe.
Gold will go to Sing there. Prio for CFU here.
So you're picking up a Sky Piercer. Oh, whoa, look at that.
Good
Even kind of
damage.
taking a shot. Just taking a little bit of that. Nice unbreakable from Light. Light's going to jump, not connect. OP goes in with his own AOG. Boxy's already gone. Defensives are being used. Demon Kite actually falls, but it's still a trade. Wadu could be next. Yue's got the damage alongside Dome and Kite. They'll pick up another. The 3-for-1 trade right now as Aurora Gaming gets the kills that they want, and they'll just wait and delay this turtle.
Bang.
Questionable jumps here and there, but in the end, you get a favorable result for Aurora. 2.5K, 5 kills
Gimana
already
naikin
locked in.
yung
Edward
brightness?
still
Bakit
locked
mereka
in on
gelap
this
banget live
Lapu-Lapu.
semua?
He's one of the main reasons why CFU Gaming could not fight that comfortably.
It was just all in on Detective constantly, man. And on top of that, earlier it was Light popping Revitalize. So Detective was just like, bro, what? I can't deal damage to you. I can't ignore you. I'm just going to take it like a good boy.
Concha being a crucial pick right now in the roam.
Guys,
Fighting for the turtle, they've actually got some control around the space here. They know Domikite's up top.
Look at that.
Mountain Chakras gonna be used. There's the speed. They're gonna fight for it. Detective will
Mati
get the
Demon Kite.
turtle.
Tatatatatatatat.
Now he's kind of zoned out. Yue's actually gonna fall here. Good pickup for CFU. The turret does go down up top, but that is a great fight for CFU. Not only the turtle, but a couple kills. Light could be next. He's trying to do what he can.
Mati juga lagi nih.
What
Buset,
a
CFU.
great turnaround for CFU.
Aurora, I guess you're just never going to beat the allegations. What? What happened? We were just complimenting on how good they were at the early game. That was a big lead.
Oh, no one got to check Demon Kite enough. No one got to protect him enough. Wadu instantly went for him, similar to how Edwards has been taken down Detective. That's the second death on this Yi-Sun Shin. And just like that, they crumble. CFU Gaming have turned this all around.
And it's so bad, especially because you need to deny
Pag
Granger
natalo
out.
dito,
The fact that CFU were behind
Aurora
2,000
isang talo na,
gold
laglag na
at the
sila
start of
guys.
the game means it should already be very difficult for the Granger to get stacks, but he got 2.
He just got 2, I was gonna say.
What?
He just got the Sky Piercer right before that as well. So like, oh
GG
man,
ata.
the worst timing.
You literally just bypassed the nerf. Like that's usually
Di
that's
mo
what the
mapatayan
nerf was
Erp.
for. The early game would be weaker, and therefore he wouldn't be able to get stacks earlier. And now he has 2, and it's such an easy pick to play when you have the lead. Now Sing is comfortable as long as he doesn't flicker forward. It should be very easy for him to just play in the back. And again, comp, look at the peel that they have. It's so good.
CFU Gaming also got to bring the tower in the
Wala
mid
banget
lane
niya,
first,
guys.
so that means they're
Ba,
definitely
fix
just gonna
nandiya.
have priority in terms of rotation. Where they go, they
CFU
will be
Aurora.
rolling it, and Aurora will just have to play to the tune of
Aurora
CFU.
mau kalah lagi
The
kayaknya.
Domikite's farm hasn't been enough. He went for Corrosion and then the HS, but Wadu will see Doming.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Does go ahead and just try to rotate down. I think they just want to go ahead and have a better positioning for this. They can't have the same result. CFU in a much better fighting position than they were in the last turtle, so they'll go ahead and start this turtle up. Again, with broken walls in consideration here, Demon Kite really gonna have
Siapa yang menang tadi? Ayo guys.
actually post up just yet as they fight for the space here.
Look at Wadu, man. This could be a nasty set. Doming does not have Purify.
Oh, there it is. They're gonna go for it. Mountain Shocker gonna be
See?
used. Boxy has to defensively flicker, but Delman Kite as well in trouble with Wadu. Revitalize gonna be popped as well. OP goes to the turret. He's
Wadu?
safe. Wadu has to get out of there. Flickers defensively as well. A stun from Edward. Pushing
Ah,
him
dia.
back. It's a push and pull on both sides, but it looks like Aurora fought and will win this
Guys, come back.
turtle. They at least get the objective.
That was
Blazing duet from Dorman.
Oh, they're gonna go for single unbreakable. The taunt will come through, and that's the answer to slow down Sing scaling.
right at the end of the circle, like right at the absolute tip.
Yeah, and Sing was just definitely way too greedy, man. The turtle was in the bottom side. He knew that they were members there ready.
Yep.
Domeng came in, guns blazing.
Yeah. Turret's gonna be going down here, so in a matter of that turtle fight and the breakout there, they get themselves that lead, not as much as they had before, but Aurora Gaming at least swings that pendulum back in their favor here. So CFU definitely gonna have to kind of readjust from there. And you saw, like, this is going to be kind of the case when we get to these fights. The next one that comes up, that Lord.
Berarti kemungkinan bisa ketemu SRG sama TL Page ya guys.
They like how Doming approached that
Tapi
last
gua
one.
mau ini TL Page lawan
Get
SRG.
away from Wadu.
Seru
Just
itu
use
pasti.
BMI ones. Yes, he was getting pressure,
Terus
but it looked
karena
like he
mana
was
tidur kak?
composed. He didn't-
Libur guys.
Didn't panic at all. Divine Glaive Rush here for you, alongside the glowing wand, so that's going to be a huge spike in the damage for this Lunox.
Yeah, great adaptations by Aurora Gaming Philippines here. They saw how CFU were able to tackle that last fight for turtle number 2. So they stuck together a bit more. They provide appeal for Demon Kite. Where, again, the last 2 fights, Demon Kite was not given space at all by Wadu.
Yeah, very aggressive item here for Edward. He goes for the Queen Swings right away instead of the Oracle, so he flips the order just a little bit. Usually this comes in at third. He just really wants to last a little bit longer. The team fight gets that spell vamp. He doesn't care about magic defense.
I like it because he understands that he has to be a little bit more independent compared to the Oracle, where he relies heavily on the Revitalize from Light to help him out, right?
Yeah.
The Queen Swings, again, really good item pickup, and he notices because one time he was able to do it together with Light, the other time Light has to peel back, right? The Lapu's job is the one who has to go in, and it's Light's job to pull back with Demon Kite, with Yue, and to provide that safety for them. So really good pickup by Edward.
These fights are just a little bit weird. Like, when it comes to positioning, and again, that's something that Aurora Gaming is taking in consideration here. I'm not sure if OP is actually going to change the ultimate he decides to go ahead and take too. But still, as this Lord is up, nonetheless, it's still the same
So ini
dance, you
kalau
know, getting in position here,
udah Trinity.
setting things up. You're going to have Demon Kite go grab his orange.
Mati.
Oh, no, Boxy could be in trouble. Fist break, fist crack.
Buset.
There's the torrent coming through too. Yue jumps in, has the bolt. It's a double for Edward. He's going to cut them off from a detective going for his own kill.
Terus,
They're on
mati
the
juga.
engaging Zing, trying to get away. He has the space.
Oh my God.
Edward won't be able to catch him.
Mati
Detective
nih
and
juga,
Wadu
Edward.
are here to help. Light tries to sacrifice himself, but it's triple
Jing.
for Detective. A massive pickup again for CFU Gaming.
Oh, he's still there though.
Oh,
Kenapa nggak pulang cok?
what's Edward gonna do here? Did he buy enough time? He's got the bravest fighter. He jumps in. He wants to take Sing with him, and he will.
Dia nggak pulang
As he
anjing.
picks up the kill, and Edward goes for the double. Him and Wadu.
Dia udah selamat cok.
Edward, he takes the defensive route and just disengages.
Hey, leave it up to Agent Zero to pull off that play, man. Still Mr. Consistent. Wow.
The wings
that
came in
was
handy.
Yeah, again for Aurora Gaming, it's kind of another. What is it called? They just lost track of their win cons. Again, Demon Kite and Yue were so vulnerable in that fight. Light wanted to go in together with Edward, but at least they are here. First on Lord.
They're going for it. Less than half health on the Lord. Demon Kite giving the signal.
Ini.
Steve's going to be used too. The torrent bracks
Katri.
him in. Demon
Dapat
Kite will
Demon Kite.
secure the Lord, but the fight's already going to break out. Detective on the run. There's the AOG from Light. Boxy falls. Wadu jumps over the wall to try to get away, and now OP up in the front of it all. Keeps Aurora at bay. It's a trade.
The screen,
Lord
I don't know,
goes
guys.
to Aurora.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I will
one
fix it
for
later.
one, but you get the big one for Aurora, and now CFU Gaming. Still, I like how they're approaching these fights. They started that off initially perfect, but it's been these later entries of Edward that have been messing them up, and especially if it's timed well with an additional entry, maybe even slightly later, AOG coming in by Light, that
Wait.
forces CFU Gaming into fighting more uncomfortable. Comfortable positionings, especially when they've already been brought down low.
What happened?
Giving out an Oracle.
Edward. Oh no. That's tough to get away. Edward gets that, but
Compliment. He just
take a couple two.
kicker ass.
He's gonna go with the 10.
What?
Oh, Wada's
Wow.
gonna be in
Aduh.
trouble. Take a couple too many shots.
Mati.
Goes in with the unbreakable. That's the con. Domeng will be able to clean it up. Goes in with blazing duet. Oh, the detective
Doing good.
falls. It's a double for UA. And once again, CFU on the run. They still got the turret. They're going to be able to get away, but man, it's almost like a back and forth of misplays happening on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, we just enjoy the game, bro. There's just random brawls happening. It's the same. Like, we were talking about Edward jumping in miscom. Wadu's like, hold my Sora. Walks up as well. Tries to chase Domeng. Though he does have damage, I don't think it's enough to really one-shot a fighter emblem Claude with a Wind of Nature. I really didn't see the angle there. But having said that, Aurora Gaming Philippines are the ones that actually took the loss in that skirmish. Again, Singh was already derailed of the Skypiercer train, but now he's back.
Go, please kaya
again.
gimana nih?
Yeah, he's got stacks and 1,000 gold
Si
lead
Mangat
over
aja layer.
that Claude, even with a Wind of Nature, but he already used it. Straight up gets blasted. At the same time, gotta appreciate Light.
Tahan dulu guys, lapar gua.
Perfect to cut out the exit there of Wadu leading up to the kill. Domeng Kite, he senses something is up as there are members of CFU nearby. Singh now also has the Wind of Nature, so taking down this Granger is not going to be easy, especially since it has stacks.
You want to initiate before this Lord? Edward jumping in for the bravest fighter as well. Dominic got to be careful. Boxy jumps in himself in an AOG. Every being thrown in the mid
Dominic Kite, ay, Dominic Kite.
back. What happened?
Anjir.
Detective will take out UA as well, and now Detective trying to get away with the steed as he does. CFU
What
just
a year.
gets a massive team fight.
Can I just say, that was horrible. Absolutely horrible by Aurora Gaming Philippines. What was that bravest fighter start? What was the plan?
The angle, did they want to flicker and get the Earth Shatter to lock in and get? Were they looking at the bot lane and say, hey, we can force a fight? But then what did suddenly Dominic find himself there? But nothing just fell for Aurora.
It was awkward because in that fight he didn't even have the flicker. So it's like, yeah, you can rely on the BMI to a certain extent, but you know you don't have it. So you know what happened there? You know, the decision to decide to go for that.
There's 49 stacks now on this Granger.
Yeah, they derailed this already. They handled the problem and they were like, you know what? Let's give it back. 50 stacks basically at this point. Wind of Nature as well. So really, it's on you to dive in onto Singh. I really don't see that happening.
Ganyan galaw ng Aurora.
Difficult condition to check conceal by
Hindi ko rin alam guys
CFU.
eh.
The tower dive, will they juggle? They have the Lord marching up top. This could be a lot of base turrets gone for Aurora.
Lord's gonna charge in on the top side. Wadu jumping
Delight.
forward, gonna initiate a fight anyway. Wadu actually gonna be in trouble. They're gonna get stunned under it. A good setup from Boxy once again. Singh
Hindi
still
duet.
has space.
Marata.
He pops off the backside, but Demon Kai will get a double. And Boxy is gone. Rora fighting back. And they'll go for Singh. And they'll find a triple for Demon Kite. OP on the run, but he's gonna get chased down. But Aurora has got what they wanted with 4 kills.
Vision right now. No
What
guys.
the heck is
PH,
happening?
PH.
Dude,
GH.
again, I'm sorry that it's just mistakes that I'm highlighting, but it really started with that. Wadu decided to all in Light. He decided to pull back Light. This could be the end for CFU.
Aurora Going in with a mid-wave Opie.
Wadu back in 2.
Holding on to the Lunox ultimate here. What can he do? The turret's just going to go down, and that seems like that's all they get. They still got to manage the waves. They'll take some buffs and get reset here. We're still a minute away from the Lord, though.
I'm just so confused because seriously, it started off, Aurora Gaming Philippines gave away that Lord basically in that fight with Edward jumping with the Brave Spider and them being completely
Halo Rin.
CFU then did the same with the Lord Siege. It was Wadu who tried to all in on Light. They didn't get the right person, yet they still went for it, dude. These are just bad commitments.
Yeah, exactly. We've casted enough games to feel generally what players are feeling. And I feel like I'm watching two teams that are sort of, I want to say at their limit, but the emotions are getting to them. Expectations are getting to them. Whether it's the expectation of people around them or their own, and it's affecting their performances because we are trading whoever gets to punish errors better.
What we know for sure is whoever wins, they desperately need that win for the confidence buff because, man, wow.
It's like I said earlier, you know, in the sports, it's all about the less errors. Edward going to defensively have to jump on out with the Bravest Fighter, but we're 10 seconds away from the Lord here, so we'll see as they rotate down to this Lord evolve now. This is our longest game, at least here for the second shift now.
Yep.
Getting to that point.
And at least we got what we wanted.
Yeah, but it's been on the whim of a whole lot of errors on both sides, man.
At least one 20-minute game, right? So with this Lord coming up, it is going to be the third one of the game. Make or break for both of them. No one can suffer a massive loss here. Still going to be defendable depending on how many they lose and how many resources
harus 3 kalah
they
kayaknya.
use in this one. So you're seeing both of them just manage minion waves. Both side lanes though leaning towards in favor of CFU that needs to be managed by Aurora.
Edward jumping in. Light using the steal. He wants to jump in if he can. Unbreakable though on Wadu. Steve's going to come out. They lock down Wadu. Wadu's gone. And they're going to trade it out. A blazing duet from Dome and Kite to force a back box to kick it away. Demon Kite picks up the kill. So far the trade. Whole lot of immortalities on both sides. But with 3 down from CFU, this is a Lord opening for Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, they can't just try to go for the base. They don't have enough minion waves. Even if they decide to full send with just 2, it's a Granger Valentina. Edward's been juggling around that Oracle. And great job by him. He was the one who jumped off. They're not going to go for the Lord. They're going for the end, yes.
They're just going to go for the end. Having these immortalities here, is this the right choice? Zing firing off.
Bisa itu, oi.
Keeping them at bay, they're going to be able to clear it out. They should just go for the Lord.
Oh, man. That's going to delay it. I still think they will get it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yes. You see these calls come through, and you're like, okay, you really feel the pressure already for them. This, again, will be free. It won't be contested at all. But yeah, there was an attempt. At least there was an attempt.
Yeah. 19-15, 4,000 gold lead. Now Aurora has to manage to make it to the side lanes.
Okay. So, it's going to be really difficult for CFU, but one thing that's good about their composition here is that they should find it a bit more comfortable playing inside their base. It's not just any Lord knocking, it's the Evolved Lord. So Aurora should be able to dive as well easily.
Winter Crown as well for Dominkite.
Kaya pag naubos nila.
So I think the dives for Dominkite should be easy.
Trying to clear out that bottom wave, Lord.
Kailangan na maka-print ni Domi. Ayun, patay na.
Detective trying to get away. Light forces the back. Now UA's in trouble. UA's gone. Zing picks up a kill, firing off. But Edward still on the defense. Edward trying to do what he can here. A jump from Dominkite. Pops the Winter Crown. He'll be able to pick up a kill, and that should be enough. Aurora Gaming Philippines will lock on the base, and they had to work and grind for it, but they will win in this best of 1.
GG's, Aurora Gaming Philippines. Though there were a lot of shaky moments from both teams, they were the ones who stayed consistent in the end. They played with the Lord. Initially, I was like, no way. They actually stay away from Lord and go bot. But they went back to the Lord, and they're like, all right, let's use this damage reduction.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. And good.
Makasih yang udah nonton ya. Sama semangat guys.
Credits to them.
Kain mo na ako.
They could be going on a run where they're going to go down to 0.
Bye-bye.